Hey YouTube, 3D Printed Life here, and today I have a pretty special video because I've got this guy. First things first, let's unbox it. So in this video I'm probably just going to mostly unbox it, show it off, talk a bit about it, and that'll be that. First moves and all that stuff will be coming later, but yes. So this is the Monoprice Mini Select, Maker Select, I don't remember the name exactly. It's confusing. But it's 200 bucks. It's got awesome reviews. It's mostly metal. And yeah, it comes fully assembled. So on the top looks like just some basic documentation. Thanks for your order, all that stuff. And then we have foam. I'll be right back. Okay, so on this side of the foam, we get a little bit of sample PLA filament and a box, which I'm assuming is the power supply. Yep. So we just got a laptop brick style power supply. A few people have complained that this thing just died pretty quick, but we shall see. And then I guess the rest of it's the printer. I don't know where the cables and stuff are, but hopefully inside. So let's just lay this on its side. This comes up. Yep, and there's another box in there, so I'm assuming that would be the cables. But here's the printer. Oop, shocked me. First impressions, it looks nice. I know this is the back side, but I mean this is like, I guess just a painted aluminum. Here we got sheet metal, very thin, pretty flimsy too, but $200 printer, keep that in mind. So let's take this guy out. Pretty heavy, actually, this is surprisingly hefty. Very good first impression. So, extruder on top, I've heard bad things about that, although it seems pretty decent, even though it is plastic. Definitely has some give, but I'll talk about that when actually printing. Got a box with power cable, USB cable, spool holder, also metal, good stuff. Got a little toolkit with an SD card, that is surprising, and one Allen wrench. I guess you only need one. I don't know what that's for, but you get one. And you get this scraper, dare I call it. I don't think that's going to be helpful, but then again, you can really only print PLA and basic stuff with this guy, so nothing's going to be super stuck on the bed. So let's get the rest of the stuff out of the way. Alright, so I did plug in the power supply, blue light, so it's not dead, at least not yet. So, I mean, looking at this guy, pretty much all I have to say is, wow, I'm incredibly impressed. This is a $200 printer, and I mean, if you were to buy something like this a year or two ago, this would probably cost $1,000, so that just shows how far the 3D printing industry has come. First impressions on the kinematics, this has a bit of wiggle side to side. That shouldn't matter much because the motion's this way. Up and down though, it seems pretty solid. Again, a little bit of wiggle, but this is a very light printhead, so that doesn't matter much. The Y gantry is very solid though, and I'm very happy with that. Seems to have nice smooth motion along the entire duration. Right, the end stop there, click. So that's good. Of course it's got end stops. I'm assuming this one has one on that end, but it is taped down, so let me just peel that tape off. Yep, and there is the click of that end stop. Looking inside it, there's actually a tensioner you can see. Just one of those basic belt tensioners. So that's good to have. As the belt gets looser over time, it will of course keep tension somewhat consistent. I guess the best thing I have to say about this printer is it's pre-assembled. So yeah, no need to worry about wiring or any of that stuff. The electronics are all enclosed though. If you look at the bottom, all you've got is a vent thing for, actually I don't see a fan, I guess just venting. Yeah, but that's all you have access to if you don't want to take it apart. Looking inside, you can see those NEMA 17 motors for the X-axis there. The Z-axis is on the top, or sorry, the extruder's on the top. The Z-axis would be on the bottom, and then the Y-axis is under there, of course, but you can't really see that stuff without taking it apart. So let's peel this guy off. Best sound ever. And yeah, so why not boot it up, right? So I got the power. And there we go. First boot up, and it's booted up. Yeah, pretty simple, so not going to take long to boot up. Now, not a huge fan of how the clicker wheel is blocked by the bed, but then again, I don't think you're really using this while it's printing at all, so the bed should be all the way back whenever you're using this. This clicker wheel has a pretty nice feel. That's nice to see. Looks like you can set the temperature, preheat stuff, I guess, if you are going to start a print later. You can move it, so let's just jog it a little bit. So the x-axis, that is reversed of what I would expect, but it moves. Seems pretty quiet too. Z-axis, I guess. That's down. That's up. That is incredibly slow, but it'll work. And y-axis. Pretty nice. Don't hit me. And okay, let's just home all the axes. Nice. So I'm pretty happy with this. It is extremely quiet, but of course the main limitations you're getting with this kind of printer are, first of all, build area. You're only getting 120 millimeters cubed. Not a ton, but you can work with it, and it's definitely not the smallest I've ever seen. The heated bed can only hit 60, but it has a heated bed, which is pretty good. So for printing PLA, that's going to help a lot. Hot ends can only get to either 230 or 250. They have conflicting specs, but I'm assuming PTFE lined, which means you could probably get up to about 240, 245 safely. But then again, the bed can't get that hot, so it's kind of pointless. You can't print ABS. The two main gripes I have with this printer, first of all, the extruder, not super sturdy, as I've mentioned before. This has a lot of give, and I've heard a lot of people complaining that the filament gets stripped out, or it just starts skipping steps. But I can either up the current to the motor, something like that, to fix it. So that's not a huge concern. The main one's this guy. This fan cools the hot end and the print area, so it's always on and it's always on full. You can't do anything about it. So for PLAs, it shouldn't be that bad, but for anything else you might want to print that might not require a heated bed but doesn't exactly like to be cooled all the time, not going to be good. But other than that, there's really not much bad things to say about this. It's 200 bucks. It is pretty solid metal all the way around. This arm just a little bit of give, but I mean, the Y gantry's solid, heated bed, LCD, comes with the SD card, everything you need. It's pretty awesome. So stay tuned. I'll definitely get some first move videos in, other than those basic moves, first prints, all that stuff. And then I'll do a review when I'm done with it all. I'll probably actually do a partial teardown as well, just to see what's inside, at the very least see the electronics under there. And then when all is said and done, I will be giving this printer away on YouTube to one of you guys. Now, everybody who supported my Patreon campaign, which is over now, but they are getting extra entries to this giveaway. Everybody else can still get a free entry. All you have to do is sign up when I make the video, so definitely go on down below, subscribe, stay up to date with when that video comes out. I will also put an annotation up there regarding the giveaway status in case you're watching this video much later after it's been released, just to let you know if it has already been given away or not. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video, just a pretty quick unboxing. So thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed, I'll catch you later.